Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim who pushing this gospel in truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. Brother Quana Watts come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will. It is edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. Hey, man, shit's getting bad here in America, man. You know, that says right here in Natural News, it says, economic crisis, Americans are unprepared for the coming collapse. You know, and I looked up in another article, which is ultimately going into the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and whatnot, and right, just further proof. Hey, the American economy, man, is plummeting drastically, right? As it reads right here, it says the economy is on the brink of collapse, right? It says with job market declines, retail sector struggles, and surging inflation, despite government claims of prosperity. Job openings have plummeted, particularly in healthcare, government, and manufacturing. There were 78,000 manufacturing jobs lost in the last 3 months and 85,000 in the past 6 months. Right? It says thousands of stores have closed, with major retailers like Party City and Family Dollar nearing bankruptcy, reflecting widespread economic devastation. Right? Which again, these are cheap places, right, to eat. Or to go and grab whatever you need, right? There's a Family Dollar up the street. You can buy little snacks and whatnot, maybe pizza, some milk, you know what I mean? As well as, other shit, man. Household items like toothbrush, toilet paper and whatnot. You can go to these places and grab all these things, man. But see, even prices here at these spots, right, are going up, man. It says rising costs of essential goods like food and housing are straining household budgets, forcing many Americans to cut back on necessities. The government has downplayed the crisis, failing to implement effective policies to address job creation, inflation, and manufacturing sector stabilization, risking further economic decline. Which, hey, again, 2 Corinthians 2:11, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, his evil, his evil plots and schemes, right? This is all a part of Esau Edom's agenda, right? Going back to the beginning of the scamdemic, right? Back in end of 2019, 2020, right? What had taken place, man? Right? You had the lockdown, right? You had this whole Crown Vic Royale, right? The Scene 19, ultimately being pushed out there, right? Because we understand that the information came out about, Dr. Fauci and, the Wuhan lab and whatnot, and they did gain of function research, so they were the ones that created this scamdemic, man, right? Which put, the American economy, right, on its heels, right, at that moment. Why? Because it shut down, the ports, it shut down a whole bunch of industries, man, right? A major one being the trucking industry, right? They went on strike and, and whatnot, right? Prices for them were going up, skyrocketing for them. A dude had taken a video, which it was circulating around the body at that time. A dude was he paid $1,000 just to fill up his tank in his truck, man. You think these truckers are going to be able to continue to do that? No, hell no, man. So there was an issue, right? And this is why you've seen a lot of companies now, right, kind of just dropping, right? Because since then, the dominoes have been falling, right? The dominoes have been falling with these companies are dropping out. Companies are not able to keep up, right, financially with this whole, inflation and whatnot, So again, you've seen a lot, and as you're continuing to see, right, major companies that have been around for decades upon decades, man, are ultimately starting to, fall, So we understand what's going on, right? This is ultimately to create that chaos that's been, that the Esau Edom needs, right, in order to bring forth the solution, which we know is what? right? We know it was the Karagma, the RFID micro C hit, man. You know, it says the signs of an impending economic collapse are everywhere, yet the government continues to paint a rosy picture of prosperity. The truth, however, is far grimmer than official reports would have us believe. The data doesn't lie, and the numbers reveal an economic teetering on the edge of a disaster. The American people have been misled, and the consequences of this deception, will be catastrophic. Right, man? Because what is this going to lead to, right? The whole these companies losing, losing and having to, basically shut down shop, close or shop, fire people, right? It's going to lead to, again, further collapse of the economy, which the American people are feeling it. They're already feeling it, man, right? It's countless videos every single day that are going out about these people are, they're on the edge, man. These people are on complete edge, and they're about ready to burst, right? It says the job market, once a pillar of stability, is now crumbling. The number of job openings in the United States has plummeted to levels not seen in decades, right? It says, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there were 7.4 million unfilled jobs at the end of September, a significant drop from the 12 million openings that existed just a few years ago, right? It says the decline is particularly alarming in industries that have been driven. This decline is particularly alarming in industries that have driven recent job growth, such as healthcare and government. The manufacturing sector, once had a backbone of the American economy, has shed 78,000 jobs in the last 3 months alone. These losses are not isolated incidents. These are a part of a broader trend that signals a deepening economic crisis, man. And this is what's happening, right? As these jobs continue to, become scarce, right? More and more people are put into more straining situations, right? As far as, financially not being able to, again, not having a job, right? Means they're not able to pay their paychecks, or they're not able to pay their bills, right? They're not receiving paychecks, so they're not able to pay their bills, right? Which is putting people in a I got to do what it takes type of mindset, man. And this is why you're also seeing crime go up, in many parts, man, But you can, really, pause it and read the rest. That's all I wanted to grab on this article. I do have another article I do want to pick out because, again, this is just, shows you, what's going on. Right here. It says demand at food banks has soared to record levels all over United States, right? Which this right here, again, a show of how bad the American economy is at the current state it's in right now, right? And understand that it's only going to continue to get worse, right? It says, why is demand at food banks all over the country higher than it has ever been before? The media keeps insisting that economic conditions are just fine, but it has become quite obvious to everyone that this is not true. That's right, see? Right? Which links up, back with that main article that I had brought out in the first place, right? Talking about how, again, the government is saying that the economy is doing well, the economy is doing this, the economy is doing that, but in reality, the economy is crashing, right? What does it say in let's grab this real quick. Grab a quick precept. In Jeremiah, what is that, 51? I'll start at verse 8. It says, Babylon is destroyed, right? Babylon is Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So America is going down, man. Right? We know America is Babylon the Great, right? The virgin daughter of Babylon, the great harlot, man. Right? We know that is America today. Hell, even these Christian scholars know that Babylon, right? The virgin daughter of Babylon is America today, man. It's not a secret anymore, man. This is common understanding now, right? That America is Babylon the Great, right? So, hey, guess what, right? America is falling. America is being destroyed from the inside out, right? We see it right now, man. And this is not gonna get better, right? This is only gonna continue to get worse, right? Let's go ahead. And it says, the media keeps insisting that the economic conditions are just fine, but it has become quite obvious to everyone that this is not true. In particular, the rising cost of living has been absolutely crushing households from coast to coast. In the old days, most of the people that would show up at food banks were unemployed. But now food banks are serving large numbers of people that actually do have jobs, but that don't make enough to pay for all the basics. The ranks of the working poor are growing very rapidly, and this is creating an unprecedented crisis all over America, right? And that's all I wanted to get on that, right? It ultimately goes into, certain places, right, around America, right? As you see in San Francisco, Montana, right, Pittsburgh and whatnot, are all, having issues, right? So as this economy continues to get worse, well, guess what? It's going to continue to put the American people in a worse situation as well, which is going to lead to them rioting, man. Right? It's going to lead to, these people saying, "Nah, fuck that shit, man. We're gonna fuck around and go get it, man. Ourselves." Why? Because again, these people. On top of that, there's been videos of, how much, inflation's gone up, over, from the 1920s to 2020, and how the average, the minimum wage has really only gone up a few percent compared to how inflation and interest rates and the price for housing and so on and so forth. All those things have, quadrupled and whatnot. But yet the average, like I think I seen it earlier today, I was at work, and I think I seen the federal minimum wage, right, updated in 2024. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25. And I remember Elder Kazak, right, in the video that he did, I think it was worn out tires, right, on the road of adversity, right, is the title of that lesson. But he actually remembered that, the minimum wage in Mississippi is still $7.25, man. Which you can't pay $1,000, a bill, right? A car payment, you can't pay a fucking, an apartment, rent. You can't pay none of that with $7.25, man. You're getting like $200 a week, if that, after taxes, probably only making like $150, There's no freaking way. There's no freaking way you're able to pay that, man. So these people are, again, they're in a fucking bind, man. And they're gonna write, right? This bubble is about to burst, man. All right, let's go to this real quick. This is Job chapter 20, right, which is a precept I like to bring out when dealing with, these people, again, seeing the situation that they're in, right, and feeling that pressure. Hey, these people can only take so much, man. Until they just sit there and break and they snap, right? Job 20 and verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? When you go into that word, right? Let's go into that word, wicked, right? Strong's H 6001. It says what? Laborer, right? Workman, right? Those who are out here working, the average people, right, that are out here working these jobs, right, from warehouse to government to manufacturing to general labor, all these different, industries and jobs, right? These people are feeling it, man. You're having to have, younger folks, around my age, man. I'm 29. I'm about to be 30, in a few months, man. But 20, 23, 24, 25, right? They're all having to move back in with their parents, man, because they can't take care of themselves, man. They can't keep up with the inflation and the rent and the whatnot, man. This is all what's going on, man. And again, soon these people are going to say, hey, what the fuck, man? You had a dude that was sitting here. He was a business owner. And usually, like, when you own a business, man, you're not, at least for, after the first few years, man, when you got to get your hands dirty, if you had that business for a few years hey, you don't have to work anymore, man. You can just hire people to do the job and whatnot if the business is, you know, ultimately growing. Well, this man was talking about how he had to get back in the field, you know, and continue to work. And he's still having a hard time, man. You know, he's still having a hard time making it. So, bro, these people are pissed, man. You know, hell, we ain't exempt. We still dealing with it too, man. You know, I just, you know, I got a big family, man. I got 6 kids, man. You know, my wife, myself, and, you know, our 6 kids. And, you know, we usually buy like the 60-pack eggs, you know, and whatnot. That shit, I'm going to say maybe 4 months ago, that shit was at like what, $16? Now it's all the way up 21, right? $21, you know? The other day, I freaking walked into a Walmart, you know what I mean? Walked out of Walmart with fucking like maybe 4 or 5 bags. That shit was like $70-$80, man. You know? You know? And again, I didn't get much. I was grabbing a few things, you know? And that shit was still almost $100, man. You know? So these people are about to buck up, man. These people are really about to buck up, man. And they're going to say, nah, fuck that shit, man. Because as prophecy states, right, in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, right, that eventually, right, matter of fact, let's grab that. That these storehouses are going to be empty, man. You know? Matter of fact, let's grab this first in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. And it says right here, verse 21, right? Because we read about, right, the Family Dollar and Party City, how they're basically about to be bankrupt, man. You know, it says right here, verse 21, right? 2nd Ezra 16, verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, right? But you can still go to your Family Dollar, right here in Arizona at least, right? I know other places are, you know, a lot of these stores have still shut down, but, you know, down the street from where I'm at, man, I could walk there in like 20-30 minutes, you know, so I can drive there in 2-3 minutes, you know, but nonetheless, you can still go to a Family Dollar, a Dollar General, you know what I mean, a Dollar Tree, and still pick up, you know what I mean, snacks and, you know, maybe a couple food items. Like I said, some pizza, maybe some milk, you know what I mean? You can still get all those things, man, you know? Yeah, price has gone up a little bit, but it's still, hey, you're still able to, you know, go and get it. Hyperinflation has not taken hold yet, right? Which is prophesied to happen, right? As we read in Revelations, the 6th chapter, right? So we're not even at that moment yet, and people are already having a bad time. Having a hard time, right? How much more when that hyperinflation kicks in? We know that, hey, if Trump ultimately, puts these tariffs, right, on these nations, right, these BRIC nations, right, what's going to happen? Then that hyperinflation is ultimately going to take place. So Lord will, right, it takes place, man. You know, average person would hear me say that and be like, why would you say Lord will? Because at the end of the day, it's all building towards prophecy, man. Right? All building towards prophecy and the end of this damn wicked ass world, man. You know, the end of Esau Edom's rulership, right? To where, now a new kingdom, a new rulership, a better rulership, right, is established, beginning with Yahushua, one that is profitable, as we read in Sirach, the 10th chapter, man. Right? Down to the 144,000, the governing body, right, of the world, of existence under Yahushua. And then you got the rest of the elect, right? That innumerable multitude, as we read in Revelation, the 7th chapter, 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, near the end of the chapter, you know. That's what we can't wait for. That's what we're waiting for, man. And that's why we say, man, we Lord will, you know, these certain things happen, right? But I'll keep going. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Where when the average person thinks himself, and now we straight, man. And it could be like 2014, 2015, or maybe even 2008, right, where the economy kind of, you know, hit a rough point and it bounced back, right? A lot of these people believe that, man. Right? A lot of people are in that mindset that this current state of the economy, right, is ultimately going to bounce back, right? This is just a bump in the road, a really big bump in the road, right? And soon we're going to get over it. But that's not the case, man. You know, we just read in what is that, Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, right, that they would try to heal Babylon, but she cannot be healed. Meaning this situation isn't going to get better, man. It's not going to get better. It's only going to continue to get worse. And hell, even those situations, 2008, 2014, right? The situation, literally, the economy literally got worse after each one of those situations, man. For each one of the 2013 to 2015, Even the 2008 crash, the housing market crash and whatnot, and the economy ultimately got worse. Shit still got it more expensive from then, you know? Now we're looking at the ultimate plummet of the American economy, man, right? It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. So shit's only going to get worse, man. As these jobs, you know, get these companies shut down and jobs, you know, are lost, right? You're gonna have, especially if it hits, you know, the transportation industry, right? Such as, again, the trucking industry. Hell, even Lyft and Uber and whatnot. But again, mainly the trucking industry. If it hits that, or even the ports, right? Like we just, felt a little small strike, a couple days strike, right, from the ports, right? Hell, even that did a number, man. Right? So how much more when they really say, you know what, fuck this shit, we're done. We ain't gonna negotiate, we're just done. Then shit's gonna really hit the fan, man. Because then what's gonna happen, right? The trucking industry is an artery for the American economy. Once you sever that artery, hey, guess what? The body is dead, right? You cut your neck, that you're dead. Depending on where you cut, obviously, and how deep and how bad the cut is. But, this is about to be a gash, man. This is about to be a gash. If the trucking industry gets hit to where jobs are being lost at major numbers, that's a gash, man. Which means there's not going to be any food in these stores, because these stores only hold about 2-3 days worth of, products. I think it was like three days, maybe 3.5 days, pushing it, right? They only hold about 3 days on average, So if the trucking industry drops, let's say for a week, hey, well, guess what, man? You're going to see that. You're going to see, one, prices are going to fucking skyrocket and people are going to riot, man. Hard as fuck. Why? Because the food is going to dwindle. The water is going to dwindle, as we read in 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. Right? 2nd Esdras 6 and 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places, right, meaning these stores, right, they got food in them, stone places appear unsown, meaning they're not going to have any more food, right? They're not going to have no food, no water, right? These people are going to go fucking bad shit crazy. It says the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. No food, no water, no nothing, man. And then what's going to happen after that, man? Right? People are already, crime is going up, right? With prices going up, right? Well, how much more crime, is going to happen? How much more is it going to take place when the food starts to dwindle? People are going to start, a panic is going to set in even more, It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one another again. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours shall they not run. They shall not run, right? Let's go to this. 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, because this is what's going to take place right at that moment, right? 2nd Esdras 15, verse 16 says, for there shall be sedition among men, right? And invading one another, because when there's no food, what's going to happen? Or when as you see these prices going up now, what are people starting to do, right? People are starting to rob stores. People are starting to, and this is why they've been really, which again, it's all according to Esau Edom's plan, right? But this is why they've been having, shit locked up in these stores, putting them behind glass, putting these trackers with wires around them, because people are really, really out here fucking robbing shit, man, already. And we ain't even at the peak of Jacob's trouble, man. Because this is what it is, right? When this situation pops off, that's what? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, right? Which is to try the whole world. This is we're looking down the barrel of Jacob's trouble right now, man. With the current state of the economy, right? It says, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of action shall stand in their power. I mean, they're not going to give a fuck about no damn cop, no military. They ain't going to be worried about shit. They just gonna go in there and do whatever they gotta do, man. Take care of their family. There was a video that happened, you know, I'm gonna say a few years back, around the same time as the scandemic. You had a woman that walked up in there with her son, maybe 8, 9-year-old son, 7 to 9 years old, you know, little young boy. And she was she grabbed some shit and started walking towards that damn exit, man. People were stopping her. People were trying to hand her money. She said, I got to feed my son. I got to feed my son, so on and so forth, man. Right? Well, how much more are you going to hear that? Especially when these times come, man. Right? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. 1, because there's going to be all this rioting. People's going to be chaos. But 2, there's also going to be a roadblocks, man. He's still going to try to establish order. Right? He's going to have his military out there. And this is why Esau that made that directive recently, right, about the military using lethal force on American soil, you know, on American citizens, you know, because Esau is preparing for this moment, right? This is why you got the whole deportation, right, that's ultimately being set up, you know. You got different programs that ultimately allow for, you know, American people to really turn on each other, you know. Esau is literally creating this scenario. And see, you people, right, even though it's being told to you what's about to come, what Esau Edom's doing, and you people are still about to be caught with your pants down, man, right, for lack of better terminology, man. People are got to be caught by surprise, man, you know. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because this can be a time like no other. A time like no other. Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, you start at verse 5, it tells you, right, that even the mightiest men are going to be in fucking straits, man. Right? Every man having his hands on his loins, right? As a woman in travail. Right? A man being in straits, you know? That just shows you, man. This is going to be we need Yahweh Shemi Shai in order to get through these times, man. We ain't going to be able to make it without Yahweh Shemi Shai. Right? Because as it says right here, it says verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? Which the modern day sword is the gun, right? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? No food, no water. Hey, man, they're going to be kicking their homes, right? They're going to be robbing people out in daylight, in front of cops, in front of whole precincts, in front of military. You're going to see crime at an all-time high, man. This is the time that we're looking at, man, with the American economy being in the state that it's in, these people already being on edge, and then you got Trump threatening terrorists, and then openly saying that he don't care how it's going to affect the American consumer. Come on, man. Hearing these things, man, first and foremost, these people should be out here already rioting, man. These people should already be rising up, man. But see, these people are done, man. These people are spiritually, you know, they're spiritually blind. They don't understand what's going on, man. But see, hey, Tawadi Yahweh Shemi Shai, we do. Right? Matthew's the 13th chapter says, blessed are your eyes for they see, your ears for they hear. We understand what's coming, man. Right? So knowing what's coming, what shall we do, man? Right? What shall we do knowing that this whole thing is about to pop off? Well, scripture say, if a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself. How do we hide ourselves? Under the shadow of the Almighty, man. Right? Let's go to that. In Psalms the 91st chapter. Beautiful chapter, man. Very heavy and beautiful chapter, man. Faith-building chapter, right? Just reading this, right? Because Yahweh Shemi Shai also said, right, that, you know, he gave us not the spirit of fear, but a power of love and of a sound mind. Right? So we're not to look at these things and be afraid. Scriptures say that, you know, he will not be afraid of evil tidings, which means bad news. We ain't looking at this like bad news again. Like I said earlier, all these things that are coming to pass are really just to build towards the kingdom, right? Tearing this place down and building the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Shai, a righteous rulership, man. All right, so we give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Shai, seeing these events take place, man, and seeing these different articles, and brothers be throwing up prayers every day, multiple times a day, man. You know, it's Psalm chapter 91 and verse 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And that secret place is what? Going into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. right? Again, that's why Yahweh Shai told the disciples, he said to you, right? Unto you is to know the mysteries of the kingdom. You know, when you go in that word mystery, right, it ultimately goes back to the Greek word mysterion, right, which when you go into it, it says basically, you know, understanding that's only given, right, to a certain few, right, the sacred ones, man, a sacred group of people, which we know today will be the elect, beginning with the prophets, the true prophets, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the 144,000, which we believe, right, begins with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down to those, right, that come up under them preaching the same doctrine, man, being like-minded, you know? See, that's who this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding was given to. These are the ones that you got to be, you know, seeking out right now. First and foremost, you seek Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but how do you hear his word? Right? How do you get taught? How do you get, you know, brought up, you know, through the Spirit, man? You take heed, right, to the prophets, which are his mouthpiece. Hosea 12:10, the Lord speaks through the ministry of the prophets. All right, so if you're seeking Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you got to seek out his ministers, man. Which, again, are the prophets, man. The elder apostles of Great Millstone, down to the elder bishops, elders in Akim, right, that are pushing this gospel and truth and sincerity today. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call you upon him while he is near. And you go to the highways and byways to do that, man. Seeking out the Lord's men, his prophets. You know, it says, he that dwelt in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, which is going into that grace, right? That protection, that love, that mercy from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, from the heavenly Father Yahweh through his only beloved begotten Son Yahweh Shai, right? It says, I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Right? We got to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, understanding, right, that the Lord is the one that's in control of all things. Right? Sirach 18, my favorite precept, man. Sirach 18, and you know, starting at verse 1, but the point in verse 3, where it says, all things obey his will, man. He governeth the world with the palm of his hands. Right? So everything that happens, right, including all the so-called negative shit, right? People dying, you know, Esau, Edom being in rulership and setting up these different laws and policies and declarations and whatnot, which ultimately allow him, right, to do what he's doing, man. Being wicked, being evil. The Lord's in control of all that. Why? Because it's going according to his plan. Not our plan, not Esau's plan, but his plan, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua's plan. You know, which is the best plan. It's a perfect plan. It's foolproof. Right? So that's why we have to trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That Lord will, we just, you know, as long as we continue to do what we're supposed to do, right? Give attendance to reading or exhortation into doctrine, right? To be brotherly as much as possible, right? To not only be hearers of the word, but doers as well, man. And Lord will, right, will be part of the elect. And see, the Lord said he what? In Wisdom of Solomon, the 9th chapter, or the 3rd chapter, the 9th verse, he says he had care for his elect. And when you go into that word care, it ultimately goes back into protecting, right, to guarding, right, to keeping, you know? So we ain't got nothing to worry about, Lord will, right? Verse 3 says, see, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, man. The snare, right, is going into, you know, a trap, right? A snare is a trap, right? Which the ultimate trap is this RFID, you know, micro C hit, man. Right, that's a straight up trap, because Esau's telling you it's gonna, you know, he's speaking all this good shit. Oh, it's gonna benefit your life. You ain't gotta carry your wallet. You ain't gotta do this. Look for paperwork. This, that, and the third. It makes your life more convenient. But see, ultimately, what it does is allow him to be a perpetual ruler over you, to control what you eat, control what you do. Right? That's a dystopia. That's deceit, man. That's a lie. Right? From what Esau's telling you. Right? So that's the ultimate trap. Right? The fowler being Esau, Edom himself, and the noisome pestilence goes back, right, to those ICBM nuclear missiles, man, because ultimately those that bow down to Esau, Edom, and his system, right, are ultimately going to receive of a missile, man. You know, and receive this MARK, right, the Karagma, you're going to receive a missile, man. You know? But see, those that don't, those that stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, ultimately going to receive that deliverance, man, from these situations, as we're reading. Right? Verse 4, it says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust. His truth right? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be thy shield and buckler, right? Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation, man. Right? This is why it's important, right, to seek you out of the book of the Lord and read as the scriptures say. You know, and get built up by watching the different breakdowns and videos that the elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, and Akim, right, are ultimately putting out there, man, through the Spirit, right? Verse 5: Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, going back to the missiles, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. So we looking at these things, right? This war that's happening, right? And how bad this is getting. Russia ultimately, allegedly, right, shooting missiles and putting Ukraine in the dark, right? All that's to build towards what? The flying of those missiles, man. You know, the firing off of those ICBM nuclear missiles. See, we see Russia, right, ultimately shoot a nuclear capable ICBM, right? It didn't have a nuke on it, but it's nuclear capable, right? So they ultimately shot that off at Ukraine, right, as a flex, right? So we know that situation is approaching soon, right? But see, again, we're not we're not afraid of that, man. We trust and believe that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to get us out of here before those nukes drop, man. Right? We believe that through faith, right? It says 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee, right? Again, him having care for his elect, man. Right? That's why it also says, then shall you know that whom my chosen are. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You can read that in 2 Kings, the 16th chapter, right? The 73rd or 74th verse. You know, then shall it be known whom my chosen are. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Shai gonna be doing miracles for him, man. The elder, the Bar Kabash, right, from the GMS Charlotte camp, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the camp that he's from. The North Carolina camp, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, Salaki, if this brother ended up, seeing that video, Salaki, brother, but I was watching his video that he did earlier today, going in on a dream he had about him flying, man. Right? And saying that, hey, that's going to happen on this side before we get to the kingdom. Which is beautiful, man. Right? Which is ultimately Yahweh Shem Shai, stepping in. Right? As we read in Isaiah 59 and 19, right? That as Yahweh, as Esau, Edom comes in like a flood, the Lord is going to raise up that standard. When you go into that word standard, it means to put to flight. Right? To put to flight, to make to disappear. Right? So Yahweh Shem Shai is going to give certain men, right, those powers to, to really defend themselves and fight back, right? Even before, right? Before, the nuclear missiles get shot off, man, and we shed these bodies, right, and get that full power, before that moment, right? As well as, even Yahweh Shem Shai going to send angels, right, to protect us, as we're going to read in this chapter, man. Right? It says, verse 8, it says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, man. Right? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is bringing all these things, right? Death, bloodshed, pestilence, famine, and whatnot. Those are all for the wicked. Right? Those are all for the wicked. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to deliver the elect, right? Who would be found blameless, right? Pursuing the Psalms, the 32nd chapter. Yahweh Shem Shai wiping away, and cleaning cleaning that slate, man. Forgiving them, having mercy upon them. The elect of the nation of Israel, right? That's who he's going to have that mercy upon, man. That's who he's going to deliver. Everyone else is going to be destroyed, right? Even 2/3 of, the wicked Israelites here in America, right? Verse 9, because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. That's right, man. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Meaning, again, the Lord going to send angels to protect you. And that could be, to a point where a time just froze. When you feel this presence and you turn around and there's a big ass angel right there, man. But see, time is froze around you, looking around. Everything's paused. They might have been shooting guns at you. You got bullets 8 to 10 inches away from your face. And it's like slowly kind of like what is that, the Matrix, right? When Neo was dodging those bullets and they were going slow and he was able to really dodge them, It could be like that, right? He slows down time or stops it completely. No, then nothing's moving. Turn around, you see an angel. He opens up a portal. You walk right through, and to the naked eye, it looks like you just disappeared, man. You know, which I remember hearing that, right? That scenario from the brother Bakwar Moth, right, from New York, right? I think he's from the Men of Valor. I don't think he's from Great Millstone, but I know that brother be up at the Elder Apostles, lessons and whatnot, right? Their street teachings. He be there, But nonetheless, I heard him, break that down. That's something that I constantly meditate on, man. How cool would that be, man? That would be cool. Scary because, you get to see an angel, right? Which an angel could take out the whole planet, man. Just one, kind of scary. You can be looking at an angel, but still, man, it's going to be cool. You're going to be giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord will, man. That happens for us, But that could be a way. Or the Lord just ultimately have it, right, and guide you through the Spirit. Hey, don't go that way, right? Because there's a trap over there, right? You're thinking you're going to go that way. Something tells you, hey, man, I'm not going to go that way. Or you might hear an actual voice in your head. Don't go that way. Whatever it may, we don't know, man, right? We know in part, we prophesy in part. We don't know yet, But, hey, that very well could happen, man. The Lord's power is infinite. His understanding is infinite, right? So he's able to do everything, anything, Nothing is really far-fetched, man, right? Verse 12, it says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone, right? Even in the smallest troubles, man. We're going to be protected and guided, right? Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet, because he has set his love upon me. Therefore I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name, right? Which is a cut to IUIC. You have to have the name of the Heavenly Father and his only beloved begotten Son, Proverbs 30:4. What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, right? Bahashem, which means in the name. And the Heavenly Father's only beloved begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, which means he delivers, man. Yahweh meaning he exists, right? Or he is, right? He to be, right? He exists, as well as, right, again, his son's name, Yahweh Shai, which means he delivers, man. Those are the names that you have to call upon, man, right? Yahweh, right? Bahashem, again, Bahashem means in the name, right? And Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You have to know those names, man, right? As we read in, Acts the 4th chapter, there's no other, name given under heaven that we should call upon whereby we may be saved, roughly paraphrasing, It says, matter of fact, we'll grab that scripture, Acts 4. Since I quoted, I think I might have pushed it. Acts 4 and verse 12, it says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So you have to have the proper name, right? He doesn't have names, right? All throughout the scripture, you see the word name, right? Name, right? When talking about the Lord, man. Right, so let's go back and we'll finish out that Psalms 91 and we'll get out of here. Bro's got to sit down in the next couple hours too, so got to get ready for that. All right, Psalms chapter 91. So I went past it. And verse 15, it says, he shall call upon me and I will answer him. All right, I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. So the Lord's going to deliver the elect, man, right, of the nation of Israel. It says, verse 16, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Meaning they're going to receive the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, right, because they made it to the end. Right, they made it to the end. They endured into the end. Right, through all the tribulation, through all the temptation, through all the anguish and chastisements and affliction, right, they made it. And Lord, will we be of that number, man? This is going to be us. There's a lot of shit that's going on, man, leading up to that salvation, right? We got to get through all this, man. And we just continue to pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that he give us, right, the increase in the strength mentally, physically, right, increase in the faith, most importantly, to continue to push through every single day, man, because it is getting harder and it's only going to continue to get harder, man. So with that, Lord wills, edifying, Lord wills, straight to the point, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops of Great Millstone, rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim, I heard pushing the gospel of truth and the sincerity. Till next time, I say shalom.